It seems like France has become a prime target for cyber attacks. And well, that's true, especially when it comes to the massive theft of personal data. According to the figures mentioned, France is now the second most affected country by data breaches, just behind the United States. When you look at the population difference between the two countries, honestly, there's nothing to brag about. In just the first quarter of 2026, about 23 million French accounts were hacked. And that's where things get extremely serious. Huge risks of phishing campaigns aided by artificial intelligence, which will be very effective, not to mention identity theft, bank fraud, fraudulent withdrawals, and simply blackmail or even industrial espionage. So one might wonder why France is so compromised. Are we really bad at cybersecurity? Yes, partly, but that doesn't explain everything. Since the 1970s, France has massively centralized information. A single intrusion can expose a huge number of files, a huge number of people. That makes intrusions extremely profitable for hackers. In recent years, France has carried out computerization and digitization of documents and procedures at a rapid pace, but without really accompanying that with adequate security. And actually, we see that data theft isn't necessarily something super sophisticated. It's often social engineering because there are very human vulnerabilities. France is still a country with geopolitical weight, so that also makes it a prime target for malicious acts. Also, the lag in adopting and using artificial intelligence, especially for defense and data security, is starting to be felt because on the other side, in terms of attacks, artificial intelligence, they've been using it for a long time, so it's a fact France is digitally wide open. The main thing is that we don't look too foolish. All we can do is urge you to be vigilant. They now have so much information about you, so much cross-referencing of files, that when the attacks become personal, when they target you, they will be extremely well done and very, very difficult to detect. So the best advice is if you get the slightest alert, of course, don't click on any links. Don't reveal anything over the phone. Go directly to the relevant website yourself. You call the people concerned yourself. Don't let anyone dictate anything to you, especially in an emergency. If someone tries to go after your digital assets, your money, the first thing they'll do is destabilize you by saying, "Sir, a hacker is stealing your money. You need to give me access to your account right away so I can block it." And boom, you fall into the trap. And don't think it only happens to the elderly or the young. We all have moments of weakness. You're in a stressful situation, a moment when you're not paying attention, and the damage is done. As for the French state, we hope that this last drop in a vase that's already been overflowing like a fountain for years will be the final kick in the butt. Will this make our government or the next one wake up and put much better security measures in place for us, the French people?